what happened in this second claim? Did you get it settled for her? Okay. Okay, well then, they suck. Yeah, you need to get, we want, yeah, Master Router is the one you want to go with, okay? We're telling you that straight up. Now, it's unfortunate that Master Router is named Master Router because we love them. I love Tony Akers. It's a great company. But unfortunately, a lot of rip-off companies have the name Router in it. So, and a lot of them have common ownership. But if you go with Master Router, you're not going to have any problems. Tony and his team are good people. Okay, having said that, what I want to know is, are you stuck with any bill? You have to still get this sewer line fixed, and that was Matt's message. And Matt believes Rootertown did it wrong. And Rootertown right now is refusing to fix it. Is that right? How much will it cost to fix that? Do we know, Matt? Oh, my God. And that's Master Router, which is very reasonable. If they say it's 16 grand, that is you can take that to the bank, but man, that's a major claim. Good. But now, I think you need to go after Rootertown for this. Rootertown caused this problem. Okay, that's the bottom line. So, who are we going? Has Dan been working on this? You say you worked with Deputy Dan and that, and you were so impressed with him, you wanted him to be your life coach. But I got something to tell you.
Wow, that's a scary thought.
Yeah. I got to say this, all right? That would be as bad as having Mark as your life coach. Here's the bottom.
Hey.
No, now listen. Dan is, all I have to say, he's an engineer, all right? Is that enough said? You don't want it to be you don't want an engineer as a life coach. And he has a t-shirt that says, I'm educated. So listen, I'm going to seriously ask Dan if he'll contact them since he started with this. And we're going to keep it simple. They installed this the wrong way. We have evidence of that. What are they going to do about it? That's the message.
Tell your smart device.
Matt, Dan, are you listening to this, bro?
He's messing with something right now.
In the morning, Dan Catless in the afternoon.
Getting 630 K-Pound from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk.
These two again, Pain Care and just tell me I can get them.
You can leave the room. It's 888.
Identity theft protection.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center, let's go south of town. Just got word from CDOT.
Is that the only one?
I wish you had a Master Router on the log today.
What?
I wish you had a Master Router on the log and did it here. If you had
999.
Expect delays. Back in town, got a closure off highway of Colorado Boulevard in both directions between 112th and 115th Avenues due to police activity. No estimated time of reopening. On the highway drive, just getting word of a rollover crash eastbound 6th and 95. Watch out for big delays there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Well, it's going to be a chance of a rain snow mix later with a high of 54. Right now, 41. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Identity-based glove tax form. So personal are needed to steal your identity. That's why LifeLock helps protect you.
Can you imagine a world where you could get a brand new furnace and a brand new air conditioner starting at $8,500? Of course, it depends on the size of your house. And in that same world, you could get both the new furnace and air conditioner for very little interest. In fact, zero interest for 5 years. Well, that world exists. It exists right now. Go to 888heating.com. That's their phone number. That is also their website. That's their offer right now. That includes the $2,000 off, starting at $8,500, 2 new units, 5 years, no interest. 888heating.com.
You know, owning a home has rarely been easier.
Why is the World Health Organization and Biden and all those, why are they bending over backwards to
China?
to protect the Hunan virology?
Don't know.
This viral, I have such a hard time saying it.
Virologist.
Virology. I can't say that fucking word.
Virology?
Virology, whatever. Virology. Maybe if I say virology.
You know what? It's weird.
Now listen, the Virology Institute there in Hunan, fucking almost everyone says it's too much of a coincidence they were experimenting with this very fucking virus and then the world breaks out. But they're saying, no, it wasn't a mistake.
Tom, line one, I wanted to give you a heads up one. Apparently, he listens every day on his walk, and it's a very sincere call. Apparently, 5 years ago or so, you had mentioned, and I guess you had talked about it 5 years before that, you had mentioned you now know, you have proof there is a God. And he listened to that, and he wanted you to repeat that. It's very sincere, but I just want to give you a heads up.
Okay.
So, I don't remember you saying it, and I was here 5 years ago. What?
I'll have questions. I'll do all the follow-up questions.
You got the tape, Tom?
Yeah.
I gotta go check on my months a little bit.
What's going on with them? Oh, they're in the motorhome.
And avoid
You should bring. Well, you can't bring it over.
We'll get vaccinated when it's our turn. But now's not the time to let our guard down. Not even a bit. It's how we're helping protect.
At least they're together. They're not tearing it up, I hope.
No, they're pretty good.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If your basement smells like mildew, it could be coming from the last place you'd expect, your gutters. That's right. Clogged gutters cause rainwater to overflow and seep right into your foundation. Now I'm smelling costly repairs.
Shaman.
America's #1 gutter killer is a one-time investment that keeps debris out and comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. So schedule your free estimate
God, would you hate to be that guy? Shaman.
That's 844-300-L.
Oh my
No
God!
matter what happens.
Are you kidding? He's gotta be. Holy shit!
No matter what happens in this trial, Mark.
He's fucked, man. This dude is fucked. But let's not forget, he did fucking choke this motherfucker
I know
out.
he did.
It's crazy. But man, yeah, talk about the man, the
had
most
so-
hated man in America.
But he had so much opportunity to stop it.
Call 720-488-8444.
But those guys that looked on, they were just as fucking bad. They totally ignored him.
YourMoneyYourRetirement.com. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition, so to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Super Pet Kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that was from just one swipe. And the best part? Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shed. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit, because shed happens.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Say hello to simple, you can savor. Velo dissolvable nicotine lozenges are smoke-free and hassle-free and made to enjoy virtually anywhere. Why? Because they dissolve, but the flavor doesn't. So go ahead and enjoy on your time and on your terms. Velo lozenges are available at a convenience store near you or at Velo.com. Get yours now. Website restricted to age 21 plus nicotine consumers. Nicotine products. Underage sale prohibited.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, does free market valuations of your home based on actual market experience. So if you want to know what your house will sell for, get a free market analysis with no obligation to list. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Okay, we have a problem with CenturyLink. He's been waiting a while. And I'll go to him next. Don, I'm going in the order you've called. Hey, Don, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
So my wife has a business, and she's been trying for the last 2 months to port her numbers over to Rise Broadband and kick CenturyLink to the curb.
Now, what kind of broadband is that? What is it called?
Rise Broadband. They do internet and phone voice over internet, and we're trying to go to them. Should save us a couple $100 a month.
Okay.
And the problem started probably 3 years ago. CenturyLink allowed some third-party long-distance company to switch long-distance companies on us without our consent.
Really? Wow.
And so we switched that back several years ago, and we asked them to freeze the account so nobody could do that to us again. And now, as we're trying to port the numbers over, we're faced with them telling us that the account's frozen and they won't unfreeze it to allow us to port it.
No, wait a minute. If they did it to protect you...
Yeah. Well, my wife can't remember the password.
Hold on. That's it. So she can't remember the password.
They won't give her any other alternative to unfreeze it. And in fact, I mean, she's been calling them for 2 months now, and she has gotten to people that said, it's unfrozen. They tell her that, and then the next day Rise tries to port it over, and it still gets refused.
Okay, so in lieu of a password, what else is there? There must be a way to reset it.
You would think they could accept a fax by a letter on our company letterhead or something, but even when they tell us it's unfroze, it's not, and they won't port it.
You tried every password known.
Yeah, and it was so many years ago, and
that's why I keep a drop-dead list.
Right.
I do. I keep a drop-dead list of all of my important accesses and passwords, and I keep them on a secret document online, and my password for that is PASSW0RD. I'm just kidding. Listen, man, seriously now, let's talk about this. Do you think they are on purpose kind of dragging their feet? I don't think so. I mean, the porting nowadays, listen, people know they're going to lose customers, they're going to gain them. I doubt there's a conspiracy to throttle people when they want to port numbers. So
the bureaucracy we've been faced with is just incredible to get anything, even to talk to somebody there that says they can do it.
Suzanne, do we have an angel at CenturyLink?
I'm pretty sure we do, Tom. If not, I'll land one.
We usually have what we call corporate angels or angels that help us with problems. I seem to remember someone at CenturyLink, but I want to ask, how important is the number?
Well, it's on our website. It's what we've used since we've been in business. I guess it's...
What I'm asking is, if you had to, let's just say you had to, it may be they can't, they may not be able to change the password. I don't know. I mean, is there a login your wife has that she can, where she logs in? Is there any online access? Why is there a password to begin with?
They said they could freeze it for us, so we wouldn't have any long distance company trying to change us.
But what is the password for temporarily unfreezing it?
Yeah, password would be to unfreeze it, and yet they've said they've unfreezed it, but it's not.
That's only to keep long distance companies from using it, right? But CenturyLink has access to it. I don't understand why they can't. In other words, can you port over the number for local use, supposedly? Because really, long distance right now, it's
like they've frozen the entire account. They've frozen the actual account.
Okay.
Yeah, they just every time we ask Rise to try and port it again, they try it, and it ends up not being transferred. They say it's frozen.
Okay.
Denied.
Okay. We just have to get it to somebody at CenturyLink that we know and trust. We'll try that first, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try some technical workarounds that people might know. Here's the thing about numbers, though. Can they forward that number? Worst case, if you had to change your number until people get used to the new number, can they forward that number?
I don't know.
I think you can do that, actually.
I'd
Right.
prefer not to pay CenturyLink another dime.
Well, no. I understand that. But it seems impossible to me. They can't just freaking unfreeze it if they want. Because really, when you think of the password, they have to go unfreeze it anyway. They should have a way of verifying your identity. So I've decided this sucks. We will help you, but first, what we're going to do is give it to someone at CenturyLink and say, please help us, and we'll see what happens. This is a good thing about the show. We have established some good relationships, good reputation, and maybe that'll be enough. So hold on. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Perhaps the best $79 you'll spend. It'll get you a complete air conditioning check from Plumline Services. They'll make sure your AC is in top running order. Pressures, hoses, and every component. Catch things before they turn into expensive problems. Just $79. With Plumline, you get their commitment to faith, leadership, and stewardship. Service at home. Servants at heart. PlumlineServices.com.
If you drive, then you need Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Some months I make $200 to $300 with the Get Upside app.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code CASHBACK for a 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon back on your next fill-up. Cash out at any time. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CASHBACK for up to 50 cents per gallon back. Promo code CASHBACK.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver. An iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Ike Giacchi. The world is paying tribute to Prince Philip. The husband of Queen Elizabeth died today at age 99. ABC's James Longman is in London.
President George W. Bush, who was visited at the White House in 2007 by the Queen and Prince Philip, he and his wife Laura say they are saddened to learn of the passing of Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. He says throughout his long and remarkable life, he devoted himself to worthy causes and to others. He represented the United Kingdom with dignity and brought boundless strength and support to the sovereign. He goes on to say, Laura and I are fortunate to have enjoyed the charm and wit of his company, and we know how much he'll be missed.
In Minneapolis, a forensic pathologist is testifying in the Derek Chauvin murder trial. Dr. Lindsay Thomas testified the activities of Officer Chauvin resulted in George Floyd's death. U.S. airline carriers are now removing 737 MAX aircraft from their schedules. Boeing made the recommendation so airlines can address a potential electric issue in the planes. This is ABC News. A volcano erupted today on the Caribbean island of St. Vincent. It follows mandatory evacuations there. Officials planning to put residents on cruise ships to get them out of the danger zone. An ash cloud rising as high as 6 miles. It hasn't erupted since 1979. The island is located about 120 miles from Barbados. A new study predicts a surge in mental health problems among people who've had COVID-19.
When the founder of the Texas Roadhouse restaurant chain took his own life last month, Kent Taylor's family immediately pointed to the severe physical and emotional after effects of his COVID infection, specifically a mind-numbing ringing in his ears that kept him from sleeping more than 2 hours a night. Taylor's case of COVID-19 was only mild, and researchers fear that his story may be repeated among others who've recovered even after the pandemic fades. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
A wildfire is threatening the town of Dudleyville, Arizona, forcing all the residents to evacuate and destroying at least a dozen buildings. Ike Giacchi, ABC News.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Let me get right back to you. Sandra, those banners go out tonight. Can you pack them?
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
On machine 4?
Like at Monica's Print Shop. To fulfill orders on time, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
KHOW News Time, 11:03.
State officials will take a more proactive approach to wildfires after 4 out of the 5 largest happened in Colorado in the last 3 years. Governor Polis gave an update on the fire forecast for this year. The governor said some of these fires can be avoided.
It can be dragging a trailer chain that can cause a spark. It can be failing to put out a campfire. It can be casting a cigarette or cigar aside.
Current long-range forecasts indicate above average temperatures and below average precipitation till August. CDOT warning drivers statewide to be on the lookout for crews patching potholes. That's because the early spring freeze-thaw cycle is underway. Crews will be out for the next several weeks to take care of any problems. It's also about that time when bears start waking up for the season.
The city of Boulder says to expect to see more bear activity in the city. The first bear was spotted mid-March. You should protect yourself and the bears by making sure your trash containers are locked. They say bears come into town for food, and if they find it, they're more likely to stick around. Joel Hillen, KOA News Radio.
After taking 2 of 3 from Arizona, the Rockies are in San Francisco this weekend. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, there's a rollover crash that's just been cleared on the ramp from eastbound 6 to southbound I-25. Just reopened, but watch out for big delays. The ramp from southbound I-25 to 23rd is closed for emergency road work. You have to use an alternate route. Colorado Boulevard remains closed both directions between 112th and 115th for police activity. No estimated time of reopening. Crash south of town, southbound I-25 at Larkspur. That's just been cleared. Still about a 5-mile backup on that stretch, though. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be a chance of a rain-snow mix, a high of 54. Right now cloudy and 41. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a bacon double stack, 4-piece crispy or spicy nuggets, fries, and a drink in the $5 biggie bag. That's 2 fresh beef patties, applewood smoked bacon, and juicy chicken, all for just $5. Secure the bag with the most value. Get the biggie bag. Price and participation may vary.
With all the recent huge changes in our economy, this is a really important time to pay attention to your spending and your savings. Don't waste money, and very importantly, don't turn your head on ways that you could save. For example, a mortgage refinance. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing, reminding you that a mortgage refinance is more than just a lower interest rate. It's also an effective way to eliminate high-interest debt. You're able to pull out cash from your home equity so you can pay off credit card balances, personal loans, whatever you need. You'll typically receive not only a much lower rate, but also reduce the number of monthly payments that you need to focus on. And you know what else? When you choose American Financing, there are never any upfront or hidden fees, never any pressure, no obligation. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call, 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Keep your gutters clean for good. www.tryleaffilter.com.
It's Ross Kaminsky. Mornings at 6.
What do you get when a serious badass grew up as the son of a librarian? You get former Navy SEAL sniper Jack Carr, who's also a best-selling author and joins us Monday morning at 8:05 right here on 630 KHOW.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Don't let the name fool you. They do exteriors and interiors. Basements, baths, kitchens, and the like. They also do stucco, painting, siding, windows, doors. Whatever you need, inside or out, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. You hear people on the show all the time talking about home improvement ripoffs. Like, I'll go over some of them. And what did they do? They pick someone without knowing them. I know Mark Szymanski for many, many years. We've checked him out. We continually monitor him, and people love him. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Speaking of scumbags, I finally did get Jess Reinhardt up on sleazbrigade.com. If you look there, you will see sleazbrigade.com and Jess Reinhardt and why you should not cozy up to cozy basements. We also need to get this Matt Coe, who is a scumbag. Matt Coe. And what area is he in? Is he in the south area, Suze, or is he in the metro area?
Gosh, Tom, I want to say it was the Springs, but I don't know.
Okay, Matt, okay, hold on. El Paso County, Majestic Landscaping, now he goes as. If anybody has any leads on these guys, let me know. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Tyler, is this was Tyler the one with the porting? No, which one? I think I took him. Did he come at 10:05 or did you not fill in the number?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom.
Okay, good.
My bad.
Then it's Robert's turn. Robert, what's happening with you? Hello, Robert.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
What's happening?
I'm calling for about a 2015 Jeep Renegade.
Okay.
And
when did you buy it?
We've had problems with 2016.
Okay,
She's had it almost since new. I think she bought it with 9,000 miles on it.
Okay, got it. Okay.
We've had nothing but problems with the Jeep. It's on we've had a transmission problem, 2 valve bodies in the transmission, engine mounts. It only has 40,000 miles on it.
Was it under warranty when you bought it?
Yes.
And you inherited the warranty, and did they do the warranty repairs?
Correct, they did.
Okay, so what's the problem now?
So our problem is now, we had a brand new transmission put in, about 28,000 miles. It has 40,000 on it now, and now it needs a new valve body again. And it's just barely out of warranty for that rebuilt transmission. They don't want to talk to Jeep about getting a part for it. They don't want to help us. They just want $1,400 for another valve body. I'm like, are we going to drive it every 10,000 miles and put $1,500 into it?
Well, that's a good point. People often ask that. What good is a warranty if you have a piece of crap? Or what good is repairing something if you only have to do it again and again and again? Once again, how many total miles on it right now?
40,000.
Okay. Now, in 40K...
You can't drive it anymore.
Hold on. You put on 30,000 miles. During that 30,000 miles you put on it, I'd like to know, or 41,000, whatever it is, 31,000. That miles, the miles you put on it, during that time only, how many valve bodies?
It was 1 valve body, 1 complete transmission rebuild.
Yeah, that's unreasonable. And now you need another valve body. Today is car day. Let's get, I would say, Jeff Vick on this one. Kimmer Transmission. Get him on and let's talk about this. Hold on a second here. 303-713-TALK. We're going to get that transmission guy. Tom, welcome to the show. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. How you doing today?
Good, man. What's going on?
Good. Well, I'm a long-time listener. Actually, I listen to your show every morning when I'm out walking. I'm a senior, and I go walking every morning. I take my little radio with me. And about
how far do you walk, by the way?
About 3 miles every morning.
Very cool. So what's going on with you?
Well, Tom, about 5 years ago, you had your own personal theory that proves the existence of God.
Right, in my own mind. Right.
And I remember it to be very profound and very thought-provoking, but I can't, for the life of me, remember what it was, and I was hoping you might repeat that sometime.
Well, I can repeat it, but here's what I want to make clear. I never on this show try to push any agendas or any religion or any politics, and I'm not doing that, but I found it interesting because what I was doing is I was just thinking about this, and this is what came to me. And again, after I said that, there were people that disagreed with me just for disagreement. And again, this does not have anything to do with religion or anything. It simply has to do with deism and the existence of a supreme being or a power. And what was weird about it, and there are so many things unexplained in science, but one thing that I noticed, and there's always a reason, if you look at in evolution or in anthropologists and the study of species, the study of nature, in every bit of study, there is always an instinctual behavior. And that instinctual behavior is tied to a survival. And there is always a reason for instinctual behavior. For example, salmon swimming upstream, birds flying south, or things that even happen now with dogs burying bones, even though the instinctual behavior is there, and you can't sometimes even explain why it's there, it was always there for a reason. In fact, there is nothing in history, or in science, not one function in science that has no reason. So that's where I started from. Every single bit of behavior, every single cycle, every single habit, every single orbit, every single thing in science has a reason. Nothing happens for no reason. Okay? So when you start with that premise, then if you look at man completely objectively as not a person, and you look at this little blue marble in space, okay? What you would, if you observed this blue marble in space, you would see that these, and however you want to make the timeline, doesn't matter to me, but you would observe these people in loincloths or whatever and clubs. You would see people so primitive that eventually mined the earth, made plastic, made fuels, made objects, and one of their main things they did was try to propel themselves off that planet in search of other life and other planets. But always the number one stated reason at NASA and most exploration is what? It is the search for our origins, and it's the search for life. That really is. I mean, we go for all kinds of reasons, but underlying the mission is always the search for origins or life. So if you look at it simply as instinctual behavior, you will see man, like that started out on this planet. They have everything they need on that planet, but they, for some reason, feel compelled to propel themselves off of that planet. And then the other thing is this. In every culture that was studied by anthropology, no matter how untouched by civilization, they all had one thing absolutely, positively in common, and that was the existence of a god or a search for an origin. And they all had their own story. It could have been as simple as a giant turtle laying an egg, which became the earth, or it could be something more sophisticated. So then I put it all together, and I just thought, in a very, very simple way, that our instinctual behavior, no matter where you look in mankind, has always been to search for an origin and a creator or something more than us. And so I put together that if there is that behavior, even if we don't understand the end result, that behavior is there for a reason, because no behavior, no instinctual behavior exists for no reason. So then I reasoned that our search, our quest, our questions are something that it's not just common to America or to England or to China. It is something that is so inborn in us that no matter what society you find anywhere, they all have this search. So I just concluded, for me, that must mean there's a reason for that search, or it would not exist, because nothing exists for nothing. So it's stupid and simple, but at the same time, it's pretty compelling. And that's what...
It's wonderful.
Well,
I love it. It's great.
And again, that doesn't then now I don't make the leap from that. I do not. Well, personally, I may, but I'm not suggesting that then puts a personality on that, or puts a motive, or puts a plan, although I might personally believe that. I'm not asking people to say, oh, yeah, Tom, then that must mean that A, B, C, D, E. I'm not saying that. Or that must mean these guys are sinners. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we cannot deny that all of mankind has an instinctual search for origins or for creation. We all do. Every society, every civilization on Earth. So that's what I discussed 5 years ago. I'm surprised you remember that. And I don't even know why I brought it up. I think we were talking about something with dogs or something to do with instinct. And I said, instinct is there for a reason. There is not one instinctual behavior that an organism does for no reason. Not one. And if you can name one, then let me know, because there isn't one. There might be one we don't understand, but there is certainly not a behavior that exists for nothing. Now, the argument people gave me after I gave this argument was, well, Tom, how do you know our search is there for a reason? And again, I just say because we all search, and there's nothing that exists for no reason. Anyway, thanks, Tom, because that racked my 67-year-old brain remembering the details of that, but I appreciate it. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK.
Discover one of the CIA's illicit Cold War initiatives on the iHeartRadio original podcast, Operation of her brothel, dosing unwitting Americans with LSD. In-control experiment gone horrible.
I'm wacky today.
I like that. When you watch Elvis Presley shoot. But the same government was running a brothel.
Art of Granite Fix.
Operation Midnight Climax on the iHeartRadio.
All right, let's talk about Fix It 24/7. Right now, get an expert to your home for $39 to find any problem, no matter what it is. I suggest you call and get things done before the extreme heat and before there's big demand right now. Please, you're going to see severe delays in the future. But Fix It will search for any plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drain problem for $39, give you prices up front, and if you decide to have work done, you even get a credit for the $39. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Why are countertops so damn important and so popular right now? So many people are doing countertops. I think it has a lot to do with being home and seeing your house and wanting to change it up. Well, guess what? At the Art of Granite, you can look around, sketch something out, and get a price on the phone. Only from the Art of Granite, they're proud to do it because they're proud of their pricing and their way of doing business. Wholesale on all materials, tear out and hallways free, the bathroom's free when you do the kitchen, and he does superb fabrication and installation and warranty work. So theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919.
Well, let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
You can actually start.
I order takeout, use my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Here's what you can do. Get a low, fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan.
Why the fuck can I not? Why can I not remember to fill in my spot?
You can get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000. The process is all online. You never have to leave the house.
I forgot to talk to you about this.
The average credit card company charges over 17% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 5.95% APR with AutoPay.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate. Thanks, Lightstream.
Want an even lower interest rate? Apply today at lightstream.com/news and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/news for an additional discount. Lightstream.com/news.
Subject credit approval rate includes 0.5% automatic discount. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/news for more information. By texting 64,000 to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Nuts.com.
Oh, fuck you, that disclaimer. My God, you can't even fucking
read it. The finest, freshest, tastiest nuts, snacks, and dried fruits available. Nuts.com. But how do they do it? It started 92 years ago when Poppy Saul took his shot at the American dream by founding the Newark Nut Company. He selected only the highest quality nuts from the world's best growers and roasted them to perfection. Today it's called Nuts.com, and Saul's family still runs the store with the same customer-first commitment to provide you the country's best and freshest roasted nuts, snacks, and much more. Over 4,000 unique and delicious products. And at Nuts.com, everything is still roasted, dipped, or baked in-house to ensure freshness and unsurpassed flavor. Try nuts.com today. New customer? Get free shipping on your first order when you text TASTY to 64,000. That's TASTY to 64,000. For more information on free shipping, text TASTY to 64,000.
Hi, break time? I know you. I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus or at risk. It seems like you take care of yourself. I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well. What about screening for colon cancer? Not yet. Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages. Tell me more. Cologuard is non-invasive and is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers. 92%? Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive results should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com. I'm on it. Excellent. If you drive, then you need Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Some months I make $200 to $300 with the Get Upside app. Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code CASHBACK for a 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon back on your next fill-up. Cash out at any time. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CASHBACK for up to 50 cents per gallon back. Promo code CASHBACK.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Betfred Sports.
We've got a windy and colder day ahead with a couple of stray sprinkles of rain.
How do they decide, like Prince Philip was a Duke of Edinburgh?
Who will wear the?
How do they decide where you're the
Duchess of so-and-so was,
play wagering throughout the entire.
Is that completely up to the
Meghan Markle? Yes.
So she could say you're the fucking Duchess of New Jersey.
They help. It has to be in their domain, and they pick a vacancy that's there, and then they give a title because you have to be titled. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
We have our expert here, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Jeff, this guy's frustrated. I don't blame him. He bought a Jeep. Now, here's the deal. The Jeep is a 2015. It had 9,000 miles on it. He put about 31,000 more miles on it. In that time, he had to have the transmission rebuilt. Is that right, Glenn?
Replaced.
Once. It was replaced once. Was it replaced like remove and replace where they put a rebuilt in?
Right. It was a factory rebuilt transmission.
Got it. Now, did you also do something else then that you need again? What was that other thing you had done?
Well, the first time they put a valve body in it to see if that would fix the problem.
And it did not fix it.
It fixed it for about 500 miles.
So the valve body, then a tranny, and now you need another valve body.
Valve body.
Now, why is that happening, Jeff? In 30,000 miles, basically, he had 9,000 miles on it. How many miles did you put on it before that first valve body was tinkered with? How many miles did you put on it?
It had about 25. Well, it probably 25,000 when we put that valve body in it.
Okay, and so 25,000, the valve body, then the transmission was done shortly after that?
Yeah, about 500 miles after that.
All right, so basically this transmission and this valve body only has about 6,000 miles on it. So why would he need another valve body if he replaced that transmission 6,000 miles ago? Jeff, why would he need another valve body?
He really should. I mean, that's obviously short-term failure.
May I ask you something? Is the valve body part of the transmission, or is it an accessory?
No, it's part of the transmission. It's kind of the hydraulic brain for the transmission.
So presumably, if the transmission was removed and replaced 6,000 miles ago, the question would be, why is a valve body going bad?
Well, I'd have to take a look at it for myself. I highly question that the entire valve body actually needs to be changed. The solenoids that are on that typically do not. The Jeep does not sell those separate from the valve body itself. So So a single solenoid having failed, they would actually just default and change the whole valve body.
And okay, can you fix it by changing just the solenoid?
If that's indeed what's going on, then yes, we do have access to individual solenoids where we can repair a valve body as opposed to replacing it.
Are they aftermarket, those solenoids?
Yes, they are.
That's pretty cool. So it keeps you from having to buy the whole thing. But still the question is, why the hell are you having these problems? Have you heard of 2015 Jeeps having these problems?
Yes.
Specifically?
They have a higher than normal failure rate.
Really? Specifically on what? The transmission, the valve body, or both?
The transmission itself. I mean, the fact that he got the valve body replaced the first time and he got such short-term mileage out of it, it sounds like they were stabbing in the dark and you're trying to keep things. It was under warranty at that point, so they were trying to keep costs down. Replace a valve body, it didn't fix it, so they ended up having to, throw a transmission at it later.
That's what I'm thinking. So,
and everything that we've done there at Larry H. Miller has been a nightmare. They replaced the transmission. 1,000 miles later, we had a knock in the car. I drove it around the block for her. I said, "Yeah, that doesn't sound right." The engine mounts went out, and I said, "So you're trying to tell me in a 30,000-mile car I just lost engine mounts?"
Yeah, but right, Jeff, excuse me, Robert. What's the point you're making? Is the point you're making?
No, I'm just saying I don't think they're competent there, and Jeep's not helping out.
That's what I'm asking. You don't think it's the product? How could they possibly make the motor mounts?
The product,
huh?
Because they took the engine and transmission out to replace the transmission, and they probably damaged the engine mounts.
Yeah. Very good.
It out. I mean, why would an engine mount go out in 30,000 miles?
So my question to you is, why do you keep going back there? Why don't you go somewhere else to get a service?
We've taken it to another place, and they want to do the same exact thing.
That's not what I'm asking. If they want to do the same thing, what I'm saying is, let them do the same thing. It's not in other words, if these guys are incompetent, that could be why you need another valve body so soon. Maybe, Jeff, is there something they could have done while they were replacing that transmission that caused it to have a problem with the valve body right now?
Very doubtful. Yeah, no, it's a fully contained unit. So, I mean, they basically would have been pulling it out of a box and stuffing it inside the vehicle.
Okay, so, but they could be incompetent. That's possible. Why don't you, where is it right now? Is it at the second shop?
It's at Larry H. Miller.
Well, why?
Because they're the ones that put the transmission in.
I understand that, but it's not.
We thought it was still under warranty.
But it's not. So don't let them do anything. Get it out of there. I mean, why?
We are going to. We're picking it up today.
You should take it to Kimmer Transmission. I'm serious.
Yep, I end up taking it over there. Yeah, end up taking it over there.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, take it over there. Let him look at it and tell you first if he thinks they did something wrong. Maybe they did. Maybe he can find something glaring. But here's the other thing. Maybe it's just a piece of junk. Man,
that's what I'm thinking. It's an inferior product.
But I guess that brings me to my next question. What can you do about it? Robert, if you bought a 2015 Jeep, which is known to have problems, you're not going to get Jeep to do anything for you. You bought a used car, and it's a piece of junk. That's called learning. I mean, really, there is not...
right, because my daughter bought it. I didn't buy it, because the first thing I said when she came home with it, I'm like, wow, you bought a Jeep. Good luck.
Now, they're not all bad, but they aren't great. They're probably the most overvalued car in history, in my opinion. I mean, there are so many Jeep owners in Colorado, I can't believe how many I see. And they
almost have a cultish following.
Yes, and they're very, very popular, but they have an undeserved good reputation. And I mean that. They're pieces of junk. Even at their best, I don't find them to be good vehicles at all. But hey, you're stuck with it, basically, or your daughter is. So now what I would do, no matter how much you cry, up till now, there's nothing you can do about it. Unless Jeff finds something so glaring that you can blame it on the dealer. Right now, if it was mine, I'd take it to Jeff, bite the bullet. How much, Jeff, to get this thing up to snuff? Let's do it. Get it over with and drive on. That's really the help we can offer you. I mean, and again, if he finds something, he'll let us know that we can point to the dealer for. I'm not sure what it would be, but if there's something, he said there's very little. What if that, Jeff, if that transmission is put in cattywampus, I mean, could that cause premature failure?
Yeah, if they would misassembled something.
Or
100%.
Or it's not aligned properly. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to look for a reason. Now, what stage is it in right now? That's what I need to know, Robert. Is it taken apart or is it put back together?
No, what they did was they did a diagnosis. They said, you need another valve body. And like what he just said, they're throwing parts at it.
Hold on, Robert.
It's not going to fix the problem.
Robert, they didn't remove it though, right?
No, they didn't.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If that's installed incorrectly, he might be able to find it. He's at the corner of Jordan and Arapahoe Road, basically in that area, in the southeast corner. Suzanne, hook them up together. You really should take it over there, Robert. And his number, Kimmer Transmission, and he does other auto work for his transmission customers. It's 303-693-1400.
I'm sorry to interrupt your house cleaning.
Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Capless today at 4. 6
Master Router Market after Mr. Green.
How much was that other company on the sewer line? Do you remember? On the call we had first out.
Yeah, 30,000 or something. And he was 18.
Let's go with that.
60. Well, yeah. So it was half what she said.
Yeah. Emergency road work, you have to use an alter.
They actually do.
112 and 115.
Tony quotes Bible scripture. He's at people's houses.
Crash with
Does he really? Well, he did a couple times.
270 near Vasquez causing some backups there.
They liked it.
Got a crash downtown.
One thought it was weird, but she liked him.
Crash being cleared eastbound county line approaching Quebec as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. The breezy western today with a high 54. Right now cloudy and 41. With your impact traffic weather.
That can go either way, man.
Yeah. Frank does it all the time.
Union. Here's to help home buyers with a Westera Bridge loan. Use your home's equity, launch a better offer, and win the bidding war. More info can be found at
I've never heard a cuss word out of his mouth.
/bridge loan.
Never heard him raise his... Mr. Green Jeans, that was a character on, what, Captain Kangaroo, remember that? Well, Mr. Green Jeans is a landscape company. My landscaper, well, what I mean is the one we use at our home. Stephanie can't stop talking about how neat they are, how they do such beautiful work. She actually took photographs after they cleaned up. She loved it so much. Tammy and Bob own the company along with their son, Travis. They do wonderful work, cleanup, aeration, tree and shrub service, sprinkler installation, repair, fertilizer treatments. They've been around 30 years, and the company about 20 or so. Listen, let's see. I think they started it in 1991, yes. So, Mr. Green Jeans, 303-426-4945, 426-4945.
All right, were you listening the first hour when the lady called in? She got an estimate from some plumbing company for $30,000+ to get a sewer line done. We sent Master Router out there. She got a second opinion. It came in at $16,000. That's just one example of how much money Master Router can save you. If you ever need an estimate on any plumbing issue, commercial or residential, they give free estimates, no trip charge. Denver metro area, write this down, 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406.
The British
All right, I'm going to go check on my mugs.
Part spy thriller, part detective story. Best-selling author and journalist Stephen Talty tells the pulse-pounding tale of an undercover operation to track down a Nazi killer.
Part of history that seems so bizarre to me that it couldn't have been real. But in 1964,
Thinking of selling your home and you want to save thousands of dollars in commissions? You have to hear about this new program that will save thousands. Hi, Marty here. My friends Dave and Sarah at the Ripple Group with Kelly Williams Agency just launched their COVID-19 seller relief program.
Hey, how don't run off.
All the commissions.
Courtney, are you okay?
Zero commission to sell.
I'm sorry, did you say Brittany? I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you safe?
K-House Troubleshooter Show.
Another agent, they spoke with Kay and Sarah, and the folks ended up saving $13,000 in commission. That is real money. Call Kay and Sarah to learn more about this limited time COVID Sellers Relief Program offer. 833-453-SOLD. 833-453-SOLD. Or visit Gay spelled Gaye hasthebuyers.com. Hey there, homeowners. Have you experienced pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you using water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure.
You mean you're getting ready? Do you think he's there now? Okay, so you're afraid he's locked you out again? So you won't even know until you get home. Okay, Brittany, I mean, we just help people who call us. We give them advice. We give advice all the time on going through divorce, how to handle domestic situations. Then, if you have you would like some advice from Tom. He's been through a lot in his tell him the situation. Okay, get you in queue. Not good advice. I just want to get you in queue, meaning get you all fielded on the screen so he knows you're there, so then I can also go in and tell him the situation, okay? Okay, hang on a minute. Phone. When you hear your name, come on and tell him what's going on so we can help you. Hang tight. Do I have a minute?
Yeah.
Thinking of job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8644.
To her, it sounds like it's a pretty nasty separation divorce. She doesn't even know if she'll be able to get in her house. Her lawyer's saying don't even leave your house or it's going to be considered abandonment. I just wonder if you should take her and try to advise her a little bit. She's on one.
Hi, Tom Martino. You're a troubleshooter. Let's go to a situation unfolding right now we want to get involved with to help. Hey, Brittany, how are you? What's happening?
Hey, so I am in a situation where my husband of 19 years, we have 3 children together.
Okay.
Has taken everything out of our bank account, and he has locked me out of my Tesla app.
Wait a minute, Brittany.
Yeah.
Now, Brittany, are you at a place where are you on Bluetooth?
I think so.
Or on speaker? Are you driving? I don't want anything to be unsafe, but I would love to hear you a little better if you could maybe just talk directly into the cell phone if that's possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now, Brittany, you said that your husband emptied out bank accounts and locked you out of the house?
Yeah.
What did he do with the children?
They're at school.
What does he plan to do? Does he plan on keeping the kids and keeping you out?
Yeah, he told me that he makes all the money and that he gave me 1 suitcase.
Wait a minute. Why? What prompted this, Brittany? He just kicked you out, said, I make all the money, it's my house. Go ahead.
We've been going through issues, like really bad issues, kind of for many years.
Okay.
And
What are some of the issues, Brittany, straight up? Just try to be completely open here, and we're going to try to get you help.
So, okay. So, we got onto a dating website, and he's been sleeping with other women.
Now, was this an arrangement that you said was okay?
Yes.
Now, why? Man, that's weird. Now, he wasn't asking for swapping couples and all that, was he?
No.
Okay. No. But what did he say to you? I'd like to date?
Basically.
But what, okay, why would you agree to that? I'm just curious more than anything.
I don't know. I think it was to try to make him happy.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Did he accuse you of not meeting his needs or not being good enough? Did he make you, it must have made you feel like crap.
Yeah, it did.
No, wait. Okay. So, that, by the way, that's abuse of the worst kind, Brittany. He convinced you to let him date other women. And did he openly do it, or did he do it on the side? Was he at least discreet? What was going on?
No, there was a lot of secrecy, and I found out that he had been seeing this girl regularly without my knowledge.
So it was getting more serious than you like?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, then what brought it to a head, do you think?
He had taken our boys to Oregon, and they came home last night, and his mom wouldn't leave the house, and I said, if you don't leave my home, because she's a crazy person.
Now, wait a minute. His mom would not leave the house?
No, she would not leave the house.
Why was she there to begin? Why was Brittany?
Because she was spying on me.
Okay. Brittany, when he was away, where was he? Where was he?
In Oregon with our boys.
But doing what?
I don't know.
Did he take this girl? Did he take this girl along with him?
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay. Now, the mom was spying on you while he was away. When he came home, when was this? Last night?
Yeah.
Okay. And he said what? I'm going to lock you out. What did he say? I want you to leave.
He called the police, and they put me in an ambulance.
Okay. Why?
I have a track record for drinking.
Okay.
And I don't have any charges or anything.
I get it. Were you drunk last night?
I wasn't drunk. I was fully functioning, but there were bruises on my arms, and so they made me get into the ambulance and took me.
Now, Brittany, he's trying to build a case against you, right? That you're an alcoholic and unfit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now.
And I told, it's insane. Like, if anybody knew, like, me, I'm, like, the shyest, soft-spoken person ever. Like, I would never hurt anyone.
No, Brittany, I understand.
It's not in my nature.
I understand, Brittany. I need to ask you something straight up. This is really a hard question, but are you an alcoholic?
I am.
Okay. Are you getting help?
Yes. I have a sponsor.
Okay. Now, have you been off the wagon, so to speak, recently because of all this pressure?
Yes.
Okay. He's using that against you. He did not get a restraining order against you, did he?
Not that I know of. I mean, he went and talked to an attorney today. I don't know any more than that.
Brittany, do you have any money of your own, or is it all his earnings?
No, it's all his earnings,
But he cannot just cut you. He cannot just do what he's doing to you. So hold on. He can't just, he may want to have another woman and all that. He can't just come home and say, get the hell out. I'm taking the kids. You have nothing. Now, he might be disgusted that you're an alcoholic. He might accuse you that you're drinking around the boys, but he still can't just cut you off like that. And I want to get I want to get you some legal advice. I want you to hold on, all right? We'll keep this anonymous. But Brittany, this is a very serious situation.
Tell your smart device to
God,
670K
what happened?
iHeartRadio.
Brittany,
You can hear
her husband came home. Okay, Brittany, her husband dates on the side, and she agreed to it because she wanted no, she wanted to keep him happy. She wanted to keep him complete, and he's an abusive pastor. Not physically, but he said, you know, I need to date. So he's been dating. Now recently, like he went on a trip with the boys to Oregon. He thinks she went with him, with the other girl. He found a girl that he likes, and it got more serious. And now,
I got a crash with the fuel spill report.
Can you do get found fast? Yeah, right. Okay, right now. Yeah, you do it first. I'll do Colorado Paint here. So anyway, Mark. So then, last night he kicks her out, locks her out, and basically says, "It's all my money. You don't have anything. I'm keeping the kids." I know exactly. She doesn't know what to. Oh, she's a drunk, and she admits it. She's alcoholic. I know, but still, Mark, she needs help.
Pet containment technology paired with new smart features keeps your pet protected in your yard.
Problems like this make me
to schedule your free consultation. That's InvisibleFence.com. InvisibleFence.com.
All right, if you have a website, whether it's a corporate site or a company site, when people search for the kind of business you're in, you want to be first on Google. You want to be first on Yahoo, Bing. You get the idea. The folks at GetFoundFast.com can show you how to do it. They'll actually give you some great free advice during a free webinar or a seminar, whatever you want to call it, over the internet. It's really cool. It's free. I suggest you take advantage of it. Simply go to GetFoundFast.com. That's GetFoundFast.com.
I've said this before. I'm going to keep saying it because I want you to do something. Just make the phone call. It's not going to cost you anything to talk to them. 303-GOT-PAIN. You will be calling ColoradoPainCare.com. Colorado Pain Care. You can call them and say, let's say you have physical therapy right now. You can go there without a referral to a doctor, get physical therapy if that's all you need. And those therapists will turn you on to the clinic if you need more help. Or you can call for an initial consultation with these docs. Their dedication is to get you out of pain. 303-GOT-PAIN.
Hopefully you can get Harris on.
None of them are available.
Hi, I'm host
How about
Bonnie on a new podcast from iHeartRadio. COVID-19.
Did you call Rich's or Lisa's cell phone?
There's like 40
and the doctors
attorneys
and
there.
Experts who convince them and their loved ones to roll up their sleeves
Friday
and get vaccinated. Listen to COVID-19 immunity in our community.
How big of a drunk is she? We talking like fall down?
No, she says she's functional. She does drink and she has a sponsor.
Okay.
Hi, it's Mandy Carl.
I'm going to split a little early, so you know. Suzanne's not.
What are you splitting for?
Because I don't like this wind out there, and it's going to be worse as the day gets on.
So what are you doing?
I'm taking the RV down. I just want to do it before the wind
she's going to follow you.
Yeah, she's in the car.
You always take the car?
No, but
Where are you going?
We did this, Fort Collins, we did this time because it's close enough, and we got the dogs, and we want to take the dogs around.
How do you normally do it? Like when you go along this? Oh, you rent a car?
No, we either Uber or we take our motorcycle on the back.
Bonnie is on a plane, and then Rich Harris sent me the voicemail, so I did back up like he said and called his gal. She said none of the attorneys that we have for your show are available, so I just texted Lisa and Rich together.
Who's Lisa and Rich?
Harris.
Oh.
Harris Law Firm.
God, I wish I heard that call.
For every gallon of gas you buy. People all over America are earning as much as $300 a year in cash back just by buying gas.
Did you ever tow? You always tow, didn't you?
Some months I make
I towed a little now and then, but most of the time,
see, there wasn't Uber and shit.
Right, we rented a car most of the time, but we did have a little Toyota that really let us.
It's a pain in the ass to tow.
It has to be, first of all, a special vehicle for flat towing.
Yeah, I know.
And then to back up and all that.
That's the problem right there. You know, I saw this dude coming out of Tiger Run. You would have fucking, you look and you go, what the fuck? He must be the best driver in the world. So it's a big bus. It's like it's a bus. It's a fucking bus. He's towing a boat, and then he's towing a trailer, then a boat. So he's got a bus. Yeah, he's got a bus, Then he's got a trailer that looks like it's got a full-size car in it. And then he's towing a fucking boat behind the trailer.
He'll never back up.
I don't think you could. But, I mean, geez. I mean, you've got to be pretty sure of yourself. I mean, he's got to be 65 to 75 feet long.
You know, that's fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy, man. I was impressed by it. I was like, son of a bitch.
So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
I'll bet you they'll. If they come up with things for articulation, computer control, that steer them.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to back up, you just put it in reverse and they go wherever you need to.
Yeah, it would back up because it would know exactly how to do it.
Both. Yeah. You know, I've seen commercially triples.
The Shark is right, Snakewood wants to keep.
Oh, yeah. The longest thing I've ever seen, I think it was a FedEx. It might have been UPS, but I think it was FedEx.
Was it 4?
No, it was 3, but they were fucking 3/4.
I think the longest you can have unarticulated is 45.
It is. That's the longest without a break is 45. You'll see those RTD buses.
Articulation. Now, those, I always thought, wouldn't it be cool if you did a double 45 with that accordion in the middle?
That's what those RTDs do.
But wouldn't that be cool for a motorhome? Like 2.
I wouldn't want to drive it.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Compass Insurance Group is home of the insurance checkup. You can get a free insurance checkup. They check with 25 carriers to see if you're getting a great deal or if they can get you better coverage or if they can get you lower premiums. I'm telling you, they do it all. And no matter what, it's unbiased, it's honest. 303-996-9000. Do it. 303-996-9000, Compass Insurance Group, theinsurancehelpcenter.com. We have a very serious situation right now. All right, we're getting to the top of the hour. We are working on this. Brittany, we're trying to get a hold of an attorney. Please hang on the line, Brittany, and then I'll recap your situation. You need some advice. You need some help. But I don't want you doing something crazy that's going to lose you your rights. So right now we have calls out to our attorneys, and if not, we'll still come back to you. So hang on. All right. Colby has a comment on Jeeps. Go ahead, Colby. What's going on?
Two things, actually. So the Jeeps used to be very reliable before they switched to the V6. When they had the straight 6, I had two Jeeps. I drove them cross country. You know, they never broke down. It was when they switched to the V6. And then secondly, with Brittany, I happen to be a certified addiction counselor. And if wherever she is in Colorado, I would have her contact Front Range Clinic, and we can definitely get her some help with the alcohol problem.
Yeah, she says she is in a program and has a counselor. I don't know what that means, but we will definitely take that into consideration. Thank you. Tyler, what is your credit issue? Hello, Tyler. What's happening, man?
Yeah, so last week, first, can you hear me all right?
Oh, perfectly.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, so last week I was notified that my information was a part of that massive university information leak.
Yeah, and who notified you?
One from my school and then one from Credit Karma itself.
Okay, good. So what's going on?
So a day later, my Yahoo account had been accessed from someone in Egypt. And then I wake up today, and there's an Amazon store card that has been issued in my name. So I guess I just need to know what steps to do to either
credit freeze.
My name.
Quick. Do a credit freeze. That's the immediate. And a fraud alert.
Yes, big time.
Now, the credit freeze you can do with one, and it freezes them all. And I believe you can do that with the fraud alert,
No, you got them backwards. Fraud alert, one does them all. Freeze, you got to go onto each of the 3. Now, I know there's apps and stuff you can do them all with.
I don't know how the hell I did it, but I did it doing one. No matter what, okay, you'll know, Cole, because it'll tell you if it's doing one or more. Do a credit freeze. You're going to have to go through, it's too long for us to tell you. I mean, I don't mean it's complicated, but just search credit freeze. Make sure you're really going to the credit bureaus to do it. And you know that by the root, .com. Don't go to these oh my God, these other places. It's always going to be one of the major, like Experian or a TransUnion or Equifax, one of those three names, okay? If it's not, don't go there.
And you want to...
And you don't have to pay for it. The credit freeze, you only pay when you have to unfreeze it temporarily and then freeze it again. Oh, wait, no, they don't even charge me anymore. They used to. No, they don't charge for that. Go ahead, Mark.
You have to call up Amazon, that credit card that they opened in your name, and make sure they know that's all fraudulent.
That's right, okay? And also, with your Yahoo, let them know and try. Can you get into your Yahoo or not? Do a forgot password. And then
I've changed
Good.
Change the password on all of my
accounts. All right, do a credit freeze. It's absolutely important, Tyler. A credit freeze and a fraud alert, okay? The freeze will stop anyone from accessing credit. But even on a soft pull, it'll stop that with an alert. You'll be notified, all right? That's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Make sure it's one of those three you go to, and then they'll direct you if you have to go to more. I'm Tom Martino. We're going to help Brittany going through a divorce with some other problems. And, of course, we'll get to Glenn about a house leak, insurance, and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
During our...
They mourn Philip.
99 years old, man. The guy had a nice run. He had a nice run.
Lived like a king.
Or a duke.
Yeah, but he lived like a king.
And tell them Ross sent you to save 15% or just get started at leaffilter.com.
It was a year and a half ago the Denver store manager who said first noticed something was wrong with her hands. They were always sore and just didn't feel right. Lisa made an appointment with a regular dentist who urged her to see a periodontist.
So I did, and the news wasn't good. I had gum disease, and if I didn't do something about it soon, I could actually start losing my teeth.
Lisa didn't know about the so-called cut and stitch surgery for gum disease, and she wanted no part of it. So when she found Dr. Deanna Snitzer and her Lanac laser procedure online, she called and set up a no-charge consultation.
I was nervous at first, but Dr. Snitzer put me at ease right away. She explained the laser procedure in detail, and I felt very comfortable with her skills. She's super nice and also very professional. The procedure itself was just as painless as she said it would be. Now my whole mouth feels great, and Dr. Snitzer is my regular dentist.
Dr. Snitzer can be your full-time dentist, too. Call 303-989-6500 for your free consultation. That's 303-989-6500. Or visit lasergum.info.
All the benefits of IVs at your door. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Hydration, immunosupport, migraines, general wellness. Call or text 720-987-2155. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. 720-987-2155.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Michael Johnson. The family of rapper DMX, a statement announcing his death at age 50. He'd been in a hospital since last week after suffering a heart attack stemming from a reported drug overdose. ABC's Jason Nathanson has more on his career.
Perhaps best known for the nightclub anthem Party Up. Rapper DMX, born Earl Simmons, overcame a troubled childhood, physical abuse, severe asthma, to top the charts in the late 90s. 5 #1 albums in a row, 3 Grammy nominations. And he battled demons, several stints in rehab for drug abuse, a year in prison for tax evasion, multiple drug and weapons arrests. But DMX also found time for acting, films including Romeo Must Die. His last album, Redemption of the Beast, came out in 2015. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Buckingham Palace says Prince Philip will be laid to rest with all the honors due a Prince of the United Kingdom and a consort to Queen Elizabeth. But more low-key due to the pandemic. The Duke of Edinburgh died today. He was 99. This is ABC News. Tributes are pouring in from around the world following the death of Prince Philip. During his life as a British royal, the Duke of Edinburgh came under fire for some of the things he said. Here's ABC's James Longman in London.
There were comments that he made over the years on various different trips that perhaps were kind of ill thought or maybe some sort of in bad taste, and then got.
So what time are you going to leave?
Ultimately,
the wind's really bad. So I'm not going flying.
I don't think so.
Oh shit, no. What's coming in, Mark?
There was nothing. It said just 40-mile-an-hour winds.
The
I'll tell you the worst I ever hit, man. We were on C470 in that fucking beast. And I swear to God, I thought we were going to blow over. It would blow so bad, it would literally blow you to the side of the road. If you driven in shit like that,
it's scary. Mine was way heavier, but still.
Way heavier.
But still, yeah.
I mean, isn't it weird how it literally can blow you to the side of the road, though? It just kind of befuddles me how that happens.
Any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program. A one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of a
CDC director, racism affects health of entire nation.
An on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you. Oh, I'm ready! Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Printing you new signs for the times.
Get back to business with custom printed signs and sales materials. Staples has hundreds of designs to choose from, or just upload your own.
And now at Staples, get 15% off signs, posters, or decals when you spend $75 or more.
Some items printed same day when ordered before 2 p.m.
Save big on custom printing at Staples.
Ends 5/29/21. Exclusions apply. Limit one offer per customer. See store associate or visit staples.com/signage for details. KHEL News Time, 12:03.
The state of Colorado is expanding an at-home COVID-19 rapid testing program. The state health department says the program may now be available to any person who has a job where they interact with the public. That includes retail and restaurant workers, food delivery drivers, real estate agents, and many other categories of employees. The tests can be ordered through the state's COVID-19 webpage. That time of year now, bears are starting.
Have you heard of a disposition fee when you turn your fucking car back in? That just sounds like they're trying to, on the lease, trying to fuck you.
I've never heard of it, no. What's it mean, a car wash and a...
I don't know. Just letting you know, I don't know if Shannon has or not, but I will be playing some DMX today.
Oh, because he died, didn't he?
Yeah,
what did he die from?
He OD'd and then he had a stroke. He either had a stroke or a heart attack after he OD'd. DMX, like, 90s rapper.
50 years old.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, lots going on across town. Got a crash with a fuel spill reported westbound I-270 approaching Vasquez. Solid backup to I-70. The ramp from southbound I-25 to 23rd remains closed for emergency road work as well. Colorado Boulevard closed both directions, still between 112th and 115th due to police activity. Got a wreck eastbound I-70 approaching I-225 backing you up to Havana. Watch out for a crash westbound I-76 approaching Sheridan. Back up to Federal at this time. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be a chance of afternoon showers. High of 54. Right now, 41. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Express Employment Professionals matches people with the right skills with the right jobs, from the production floor to the front office. To find the right person for your job, you can't beat Express's incredible local support. Visit ExpressPros.com to find a location near you.
Hi, I'm host Robin Roberts, and on a new podcast from iHeartRadio, COVID-19, Immunity in Our Community. We'll hear from Americans on the
immunity in our community.
Doctors and medical experts who convince them and their loved ones to roll up their sleeves and get vaccinated. Listen to COVID-19 Immunity in Our Community on the iHeartRadio.
Who was the first rapper you remember listening to? Ever?
We
Ever.
can do this.
Mine was the Fat Boys, and I was probably like 10.
I think it was, I don't remember. I remember hip-hop, though, really speaking to me as a form of art. I thought, this is great. This is fucking poetry with a new version.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe the first one to really get my attention was Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah, because they kind of came together on that deck.
And I like Aerosmith. And that was really
Walk
cool.
this way!
But, yeah, that was really good. The way they fucking did that. Yeah, really good. Don't you think?
Hell yeah, I can think of the whole song right now. It's great.
I mean, and I saw him do it.
Oh, like a live, both of them? That'd be cool.
I think Aerosmith was live. They may have done it virtual. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. If you are having pain, inflammation, anxiety, CBD, pure CBD products from Panacea Life, great products, RealCBDThatWorks.com. It's RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. We're working on a problem with a divorce right now and a terrible situation with Brittany. And hang on, we may have an attorney ready, or we're consulting people off the air. Glenn, I'm going to take you next, Glenn. You have a house leak. You need some advice quickly. What's going on?
So I had an ice maker line. I don't know if it just had a pinhole or if it got chewed on by something or...
Man, I'll tell you what.
Kind of torn up my
in general, those things cause big problems, man. So how much damage did you get and how did you discover it?
I walked into the kitchen one night and realized, hey, my sock caught on something, and it was the floor that's now expanded up in a few spots, and there's like, I don't know, 10 feet of it, so I can only imagine what's going on underneath it and the underlayment.
So what is your question?
Where do I start to get a claim process the right way?
All right. Do you have a good active agent? See, when I talk about Compass Insurance Group, one of the things I really love is that they handle all this. You know, they help you right through the whole process. So do you have a good active agent, or is this who's your carrier?
Currently, it's Allstate.
Well, you should have an Allstate agent. They're captive agents. They should help. And that's where I would start. That's where I would start. Do you know if this is going to be covered for you? It's almost always covered.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it would be.
Now, you know the repair of the appliance won't be covered.
It's probably just the line.
Care of that.
Just the subsequent damage
from it.
Yeah, and of course you turn the water off, right? Because you have to mitigate damages. A lot of people don't fully understand what that means. What it means is, to the extent you can, when there is a problem, you have to stop it from creating further damage.
Yes.
Yeah, the most obvious thing would be if you had a window that blew out in a storm and you just let the rain come in and don't do anything to try to stop it, like put up plastic or something. Okay, so that is what you need to do. Start with your agent. Do you anticipate any special problem? Is that why you called?
Not particularly. I'm just thinking, how bad could it be? Well, I've seen plenty of water leaks, and they can be bad.
Do you know how long it was going on?
I would estimate less than a week. It was
good. It's important you let them know it just happened. Okay?
Here's what I do. I'd get that initial, I turn it into your homeowners. You'll get an initial amount from them. After you get that initial amount, call Matt over at Paragon.
Now, the reason he's saying that is public adjusters, if they increase what you've already gotten, they only charge you a commission on the increase.
Right. And they're going to miss a bunch of stuff. I don't care what they say. They're going to miss a bunch of stuff when it comes to water damage. We had one lady, they wanted to basically reseal her skylight. They offered her $800 after her deductible of $1,000. Matt ended up getting her what, Tom?
$80,000. I mean, it was incredible.
The guy, the insurance company should have gone to jail, honestly. It was how egregious it was.
Debbie, what's happening with you? Debbie,
yes.
Welcome. What's going on?
Hi.
Yes.
I get a call from Social Security every day at 10 o'clock. The number is 720.
Hold on. I wanted to tell you not to do that on the air.
They actually call and they go, "You are under suspicion of fraud."
Yeah, but you know it's a scam, right?
Well, I would hope so. Yeah, I hang up.
Okay, give me the number
every
again.
Every day at 10 o'clock.
Okay, I want the number again, though. Hold on.
What'd you do wrong?
Give me the number right now.
720.
Yeah.
838.
Hold on. 838. 838 what?
8815.
I'm calling them right now. See what they say.
I bet they have an accent.
I'm wondering, this could be, of course, most of these are now spoofed and you can't get through.
Okay.
But this one, hold on. This one is ringing, so let's just see if it goes to anything. But anyway, by the way, it is a scam. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I tell people now, you got to live with it. You can't even block calls anymore because they keep spoofing different numbers.
Okay.
Now, there is...
I just hang up.
Yeah, that went to nowhere. Okay. Now, listen, here's what I'm saying now. And thank you for telling us, Deb. And I want to spread that word because the more people that know, the better. But this is really important to know. While you can't block every number because they keep spoofing new numbers, there is a way to block everyone who's not in your call list. So you can just have a call list, like your contacts. And basically, if they're not in your contacts, it doesn't get through. That's one easy way of doing things. Suzanne, how are we on the divorce situation and the attorneys?
I'm waiting for a call back, Tom.
Okay. All right. We will wait just a little longer, but then we are going to give her an action plan no matter what. Barbara, welcome. What's going on, Barbara, with this?
Third time's the charm. You first helped me in 1983.
Oh, really?
You helped me again. Oh, yeah. About a fence, a neighbor-to-neighbor dispute. And in 2014, you helped me get abandoned washer-dryer out of our apartment lobby. That was a good one. And now I'm back again. Hopefully the third time's the charm.
Well, I'm so happy, man. Way back in 83. So, Barbara, what's going on now?
Well, you're such a gift, and hopefully you can give me some direction.
All right, what's happening?
I live in an apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, I live in an apartment. I'm disabled. I have to use a walker or a cane, but more and more a walker. I just got an email from the new owner management company saying they're going to remodel the front door area, and so I won't be able to use the front door, which when I get off the elevator, I can go right out the front door. What they're telling now is we can enter through the back door, but at the back door they're either 5 steps up or 5 steps down.
So it's not ADA. The back door is not ADA compliant.
Correct.
And they're not offering any solution.
Well, I sent them an email this morning, and I'm sure they're having a meeting. That's why, because it's going to start like next Tuesday. I thought I've got to figure out what I should do. Denver used to have a division of disability rights, but that's gone away. So you're my last best.
We know someone. We're going to get him on.
Yeah, hold on. We will get someone that's familiar with this law. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to give an update on Brittany's situation with a divorce and drinking and a husband who was dating, and it gets messy. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Also, we have lines open. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, let's get some help to you before the weekend. 303-713-TALK.
Conan and Conan are also divorce attorneys.
Mark, of all the benefits that Ideal has, Ideal Home Loans, which one do you like?
I like if rates drop, they'll refi you for free.
Now that one right there is the most beneficial thing you can have. You don't have to worry about timing it. So many people get pissed, I should have waited. You will get a free refinance if rates go down, and they only have to go down 0.75% or more, and you get 2 years. Now, did you know when you refi, you get another 2 years every time you close? The other thing I like is you can pick your own term. You don't have to go back to 30, or if you had a 15 to 15. You can pick whatever term you want. Right up front, you may want a 22-year loan. I don't know. Whatever it is, you can choose it and still get the low rate. Then, of course, credit optimization is incredible. They take your already approved credit and make it even better by maybe making a correction or have you pay down a small credit card bill or something that gets you another tier of credit and therefore better pricing. Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000.
Hi,
Again, Chicken Equipment. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. Spring and home show season is the best time to get your new look going in your home. Unfortunately, nearly every home show in the state at this time of year has been canceled. What about that? Well, Dad, let's bring the home shows to them. Right in your home, we'll lay out our tried and true methods and products, actual cabinet style and color selections, our countertop options, all of the updated looks to get that shower replaced, and an awesome digitally interactive window and door design process. And we'll bring the show savings right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now for select install dates, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath, some counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, Dad, as always, you have our word will treat you right at number 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
If you drive a car, truck, SUV, or vehicle of any kind, then you need the Get Upside app, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. People all over America are earning as much as $300 a year in cash back just by buying gas.
I always use the Get Upside app. Some months I make $200 to $300.
I love the Get Upside app. I get free money for things I do every day.
There's no catch. It's real money, and you get your cash back right away.
Download the free Get Upside app
what was
now
that?
in the App
When you
Store.
first leased it?
Save up to 25
Yeah.
cents a gallon when
But
you
when-
buy gas. Use promo
Well, current
code
proof for what? That's what I'm
for
asking.
25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank.
Oh,
Cents a
you-
gallon cash
oh,
back
but
on
you're
your
gonna
next fill-up.
finance it to buy it out.
Using PayPal or an e-gift
Okay,
card
hold
from
on.
Amazon
Why
or
would you do
Starbucks
that? There's no
Celebrate.
benefit to
Earn
that.
cash back with every fill-up. Download the free Get Upside app.
There's no
and use
benefit.
promo code CASHBACK.
Leaf Filter is a one-time investment that no more spending.
I understand. There's no benefit at all. None. Zero. Oh, okay. Well, if it ends in 30 days, you should still wait to the end. But no matter what, how much is the buyout? Now, they can't just pop on you all these fucking fees if they're not in the original agreement. They can't say, oh, by the way, we want a disposition fee. I mean, I don't know how the hell they do that. I would just say, well, that they can do because they're doing you a, but that's still bullshit. I would call the leasing company and say, man, why are you doing this to your customers? Normally, whatever they charge you at the end has to be in the beginning of that lease, unless you're asking them to do something special, like trade in on another car or something like that. But if you're simply buying it out, the dealer has to make money. They're saying, look, you're tying up our people, you're going to pay. So a little dealer handling, but to put in on top of that a fucking disposal fee and all that shit, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. All right, I just want to let you know. All right, gotta go back.
DASTY to 64,000. This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's true.
Okay.
I bought Sportsnet.
Sucks. All right, man.
Identity theft protection.
According to a judge ruling, one of the 22 women who filed
All right.
against Texas quarterback Deshaun Watson must have
All right, now I'll see you. Bye.
filing. Another hearing is scheduled for today involving the identities of 12 others. The Rockies
I hate
out there opening Tuesday yesterday with a 7-3 win.
Which is every day.
And the Nuggets will try to continue their 7-game winning streak tonight when they take on the Spurs. I'm J.D. Hafford.
Identity thieves love tax forms with personal info needed to steal your identity. That's why LifeLock helps protect, monitor, and restore your identity. No one can monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com. Promo code RISK.
6:30 KHOW has your chance to win $1,000.
It's 10 seconds, Tom. You're back in. Here we go.
5 past the hour. And enter it on our website, KHOW.com, for your chance to win $1,000. The winning starts Monday.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Is this from our referral list? All right. We did get a hold of an attorney on our referral list who does divorces, Alex. And
Tom, I lost the caller, and I'm trying to call her right back.
Oh.
Dang it.
Okay, hang on then. We'll go back to Barbara. So, Barbara, if the apartment complex is doing remodeling and they temporarily cannot meet ADA requirements, it's a pain. They're supposed to, but here's the problem. The process for going after them will probably take longer than the repairs, and then they're going to be back to normal. That's always the situation with temporary accommodations. So did they offer you anything for you and your walker other than going up and down a flight of stairs?
No, and I'm waiting for them to respond.
Okay, are there other people with disabilities in that building?
Unfortunately not. I'm the only one that is. I did offer them a solution that I could go into an adjacent lounge area and exit through a patio door.
What would be wrong with that?
I haven't heard. Well, I don't know if they're going to close that off too. But I also wonder for fire. I mean, okay, so I'm handicapped, but there are other people. I worry about fire. I don't know what the fire code is. I mean, when this building was built, there were 2 entrances and 2
Well,
exits,
sure, ma'am. But remember this, Barb. They're not going to do away with it for good. This is just temporary, and I'm sure they get a waiver for that. I mean, when they're doing a temporary remodeling, it's not like they're proposing having one entrance and exit forever. It's just temporary.
They can probably build a ramp right over that.
No, there's no ramp to go down five stairs.
It's only 5 stairs. Why couldn't they build a ramp?
It's probably steep. I don't know. Yeah, why can't they do? Is it like down 5 stairs on both sides or just one side?
You go in the back door, they're 5 steps up to the next floor, 5 steps down, but they're very steep. The ramp just would not work. Ramp just does not.
No, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get the picture.
Well,
not really. Not really. I mean, why don't we just see first what they come back with, and then you call us back, and we'll assign someone to it and propose.
Well, we've already emailed our expert, and she works basically for ADA, so we'll figure out what the deal is.
So when we hear from them, we'll get back to you. Make sure Suzanne has your information. Suzanne, let's make sure we can get back to Barbara. Put out a word to wives. Mostly wives in this situation, but there could be men in this situation, husbands. Don't ever let one party control all the financing. Don't ever do that in the future. You have to have access in case there is a fallout or something. Okay, Brittany, we have her back. Let's talk to her. I'm going to bring up Alex from Cohen & Cohen. Alex, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
No problem, Tom.
This is a terrible situation Brittany finds herself in. I'm going to try. Are you there, Brittany? No, she's not. Oh, I thought she was. Suzanne, what happened? She not.
So what happened is she got to the house while she was waiting. She went inside. Uber driver says she came back out. Husband was there. She was very shaken. So I just tried to call her.
Damn it.
She was like, I'm in a place where I can't talk right now. So I think he's just right there.
I'm still going to run it by Alex so we can help her. Brittany is an admitted alcoholic, and she's been off the wagon. She's not a fall-down drunk. I'm only going by what she says. She says she has been drinking. It does frustrate her husband, but a few years ago, her husband asked if he could date. I know this sounds crazy. And apparently they came to an arrangement, and he was basically saying, you're not meeting my needs, and she wanted to keep him happy. So he was dating. And he got a little serious with one girl that he went out with more than a few times. Now, we don't know how serious it is, but she suspects this has something to do with it. So Brittany comes home. Brittany's husband goes away with the boys. I think she has 3 little kids. Goes away with the boys and comes home. And when he gets back, he says to Brittany, I want you out of here. I'll give you a suitcase. Everything else is mine. The house is mine. It's all my money. He took all the money out of the bank accounts, and he said, I don't want you coming back here, and I'm taking the kids. Now, there are a lot of, believe it or not, knucklehead men who believe because they earn all the money, it's all theirs, and that wives have no rights and that they can just dictate what the hell they want. Now, while that might be true temporarily. That's not gonna make it. But what do you do in a situation like this where this woman has nowhere to go? She has no voice. This guy's taking everything away from her, and he holds all the cards. And she does have an admitted problem with drinking, but still, I can't believe a court would strip her of all of her dignity and rights. But the question I have, Alex, what do you do when time is of the essence? Is there such thing as an emergency temp orders or something? Go ahead.
Well, you can certainly ask for forthwith temporary orders, but to do that, you first have to file the divorce.
There's not even a divorce right now.
Well, and so let's just imagine the scenario where we haven't filed a divorce, which is where we are.
Right.
Certainly, the husband has no right to exclude her from the house, even if she is not on the title, even if she's not on the mortgage. It's her marital residence.
Right.
He has zero right to exclude her. And so I would contact the police, first of all.
And I fear she's a bit afraid of him, too. He sounds like a bully. I don't mean he's beating her. Who knows? I don't know. But I do know she's probably afraid of him. She let him date. And I think the other thing she might is that I'm afraid he might use drinking and the kids as an excuse to get a restraining order. That's what I'm afraid of.
Well, to get a restraining order in Colorado, Tom, he's going to have to show that she is an imminent threat to either him or the children.
But you know as well as I do, Alex, sometimes they hand them out like candy, these temporary orders.
That's true, but the standard is quite high, so there would really have to be an incident. Now, if there's a DUI with the children in the car, that sort of thing, it's going to be easy to get the protection order.
Okay.
And he may attempt to do that, and there's nothing she can do to stop him from trying that except to protect herself in court.
If there is no divorce, should she file a divorce?
Well, if she needs to get money that he has,
she has nothing. She has nothing.
She's going to need to file the divorce because, for instance, if there's a bank account and it's got $10,000 in it and it's in husband's name only, wife has no right to access that money until there's a divorce, and then the wife can request that the court.
So she's going to need to file a divorce, and then he's probably going to temporarily sweet talk her to get her not to do it. But she needs to file the divorce. Then once she files a divorce, there's a stay on all finances. He can't do anything. There's a freeze. So then how does she get temporary orders, as you say, forthwith, to get at least some money to live on, or at least to say, listen, you should not be alone in this with the out on a hotel. You got the kids. Let him go. I mean, where does she get a judge to come in with temporary orders after she files?
Well, so she's going to have to request it of the court, and I would caption it as either a forthwith or an emergency motion for one, access to marital funds and or access to the marital home, and then two, the court is permitted to provisionally grant her attorney fees, so that she can get an attorney early on to help protect her rights. Because really, as you've accurately noted, Tom, this is going to be a mess.
Yeah, and it's sad when one party holds all the cards. Andrew.
So yes,
you're the hold on a second. You're the Uber driver, right? That dropped her off.
Yes.
Why did you think she needed to call us? Why did you think she was in trouble?
Because I have 5 daughters of my own, and she was shaking, and my heart went out to her. And I said, listen, people have called me Dr. Phil for years. Open up to me. And she told me her situation, and he has hit her. He has threatened her. And I was like, but the one time she hit him back, she's like, but I was drinking. Yeah. And because I was drinking, and I was like, I would have hit that beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. But here's what I want to know, Andrew. Did she say that there's no restraining order against her, is there?
There is not a restraining order against her. And then I said, she told me, this is why I originally said, I got to call Tom Martino. You were given bad advice. Her attorney, who she was working with or something, said, under no circumstance leave because that's abandonment.
Well, it could be.
Everything.
No, it could be. I think that Alex, attorney with Cohen and Cohen, you might agree with that, right?
Well, there are certainly a lot of factors that come into play, but Colorado law is very clear that she will not be characterized as having abandoned her children if she's a victim of domestic violence.
Good. Now we need to get her. We need to get her on the phone somehow. And unfortunately, her husband's there.
An answer. I texted her in code. I said, maybe you could text the Tom Martino show in code or something. I texted her because she's like, can you please take my number? Can you text me? And like, she ran back inside. I'm like, I don't want to leave this woman. I don't want to be that Uber driver that hears on the news that somebody was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I want to like knock on the door and beat the...
Andrew, we appreciate what you're doing, really, and we appreciate the number. We're trying to get a hold of her. We'll come back with more.
With Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Express Pro.
I'm sure he has her over a barrel. Call the police. I'll just tell him you hit me. I mean, that's what he's going to say to her, you know. So she's not calling the police. Are you done with the attorney?
For now, I like him. You might want to call him back out.
Okay.
Don't you like him?
I didn't get to hear him because I was still
How the hell
calls.
did you find him?
Mark says try Cohen and Cohen. They're on the referral list, and he was available. So it's just like, wow.
Very good idea.
You know, those pricks at the post office didn't deliver my scrub brush because it's too big.
What? What's a scrub brush?
It's an extension pole with different scrubbers on it.
With your impact traffic and weather.
They fucking suck.
My God, you do have a reason to bitch. What do they do with that? An oversized load? What do they do with it?
They make us pick them up at the post office. And it's Breakdown Post Office. It's not like end of the world, but it is when it's one package every once in a great while, fine. But it's getting to be a package every week.
Yeah.
And then you wonder if you're on their shit list because
You know how many times
how you talk to
them? How many fucking times I've been emailed about Audrey? You don't even want to know.
About what?
About the hot tub girl?
Yeah, from Marty.
Oh, God.
Oh.
What, 10 times?
Oh,
that's fucking impossible. How can they do that?
He has so been out of shape, he feels lied to by her.
But why?
So he's pretty bent, and it's like, let it go. That won't be the first time you're lied to, Marty.
But just the mere energy.
And she's pissed at me. She did not appreciate me saying medical condition. She thought I was very dismissive.